Hi, everyone. It's Carol from Tapping Into Sleep, and I wanted to talk to you today about a technique called constricted breathing tapping. Before we continue, if you haven't done so already, just click the link in the comments below. Go to my website, read my disclaimer, and when you've done that, just come back here and do some tapping. So, what happened this past weekend? I was at my parents' house, and my mom was saying how she can never take a full deep breath. And that happens a lot with people who either have anxiety or they just aren't in a present moment and they can't take that full deep breath. And so I'm not a doctor. And if you have issues with breathing, I would suggest you go visit your doctor and get it checked out. But how would we use tapping in order to calm down our nervous system and allow our lungs to take that deep breath? So that's what I wanted to do today in this tapping video, is just kind of run through how that would work and for you to tap along to see how it can work for you. So the first thing I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to breathe. And as you're breathing, 0 would be like you can't take a breath at all, so you would be dead, so you wouldn't be watching this video. But 10 would be like you can take a full deep breath that is comfortable. And now, if deep breathing is not something that's easy for you, just be mindful of that and only do this if it's comfortable. So I'm breathing, my number that pops in my head is about an 8 right now. When I did this with my mom, she could only take a breath up to a 5. And so for the first round, so follow along with me once you've written the number down on your breathing, right? So even though I have this constricted breathing right now, right here, right now, I'm okay. And even though I have this constriction in my breathing right now, I accept that this is how it is in this moment. And even though I feel this constriction in my breathing right now, right here, right now, I'm okay. All right, top of the head. I feel this constriction in my breathing right now. Eyebrow. I feel this constriction in my breathing right now. Side of the eye. I feel this constriction in my breathing right now. Under the eye. I feel this constriction in my breathing right now. Under the nose. My breathing is constricted right now. Chin point. Focusing on our lungs, focusing on our breathing. Just saying, I feel this constriction in my breathing right now. Collarbone. Feeling this constriction in my breathing right now. And under the arm. All right. Deep breath, or take a breath that's comfortable for you. So now let's breathe again. From 0 to a 10, how is your breathing? I just noticed right now when I took that breath, there was that extra little at the end of it that my lungs were filling that weren't filling before. And so like the number in my head is a 9. So when I did this with my mom, she was a 5, and then this became an 8. And so then I asked the question, so what are the words that you would describe right now you're breathing? And so she said, I can feel my lungs filling up more. Or you could use, I feel my lungs expanding now. Or there's still some constriction in my breathing, but it's easier. So whatever those words are, write them down, write your new number, and let's do another round, okay? Even though there is still some constriction in my breathing, I can now breathe deeper. Yeah, I acknowledge that my lungs are opening up. And even though I can still feel some constriction in my breathing, I acknowledge that I can breathe deeper and that my lungs are opening up. Yeah, I really felt that breath right now. I acknowledge that this is what's going on with my body in this moment. And even though there is still some constriction in my breathing, right here, right now, I'm okay. There's still some constriction in my breathing, but I can feel my lungs opening up. I can feel my breath getting deeper. But there's still some constriction in my breathing. I acknowledge that my lungs are opening up. I acknowledge that I can breathe deeper in this moment. It feels good. Even though there's still some constriction in my breathing. I can breathe deeper in this moment. Right, take a breath. And so what I'm noticing happening within me is that I really now want to take that deeper breath. I can feel it. I can feel the difference in my breathing. Now, acknowledging that I don't have a medical condition. If I do have some issues with my lungs, I've consulted with my doctor, and I'm doing all of the things I need to do for my health. This is just a tapping technique to help expand the lungs and take a deeper breath to be able to then maybe put your head on a pillow and go to sleep, or just feel calmer to know that by breathing in deeper, my mind goes, then I'm taking in more oxygen. So it's better, it's healthier for me. So now 0 to a 10, taking a breath. Where's your breathing at right now? For me, it feels like a 10. I don't know that I could get deeper. So let's celebrate that, right? This is where celebration tapping comes in. Like, I can breathe. It feels good to take a deep breath. It was so easy to calm myself, to be able to breathe deeply. Yeah. And I know when I'm breathing this deep that it feels good for my body. It's good for my energy level. It's good for my brain to be oxygenated. Right? It's good for my mind. It feels good to breathe this way. It feels safe to breathe this way. I acknowledge the power of my breath. I acknowledge that when I do control my breathing, everything else falls into place. I feel calmer, feel more in control, and it just feels good to breathe deeply. All right. So hands on your heart, tuning into your body right now, tuning into how you feel. 0 to a 10, how regulated do you feel? I feel really good in this moment, a lot better than when I started. So I hope you feel better as well. And know that when we do these short videos, they really are just that, short videos to kind of give you tools. But if you want the deeper transformation, then we have to do tapping for transformation. So I just did a Facebook Live in my group talking about this. What's the difference of tapping for regulating your nervous system as opposed to tapping for transformation? So if you need help getting your sleep back on track, just reach out. That's what I do. I help people create routines, reduce the stress in their life, manage their life so that they can sleep. Because what we do during the day really is what helps us sleep better at night. So how do we set up our day so that we can then find sleep at night? So book your optimal sleep assessment. I'm looking forward to helping you, because I know once you start sleeping again, life just gets so beautiful. And we just like, it's just, I get giddy every time because I know that sleeping is just the key to so many things in our life. So looking forward to speaking with you. Have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out at carol@tappingintosleep.com.